guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit different. So I got the brand new iPhone 11 Pro.
Correct.
Yes, I'm like, is it iPhone 11 X Max Plus S? I don't know anymore. I can't keep up. We've been around for all the iPhones, you know. The new feature of this iPhone, I feel like the most talked about thing is the cameras. It has 3 cameras. It looks crazy on the back. Like, what is going on here? And I was like, you know what? Let me try and film a full makeup tutorial on the new iPhone. See how the camera performs. Is it really that much better? Could you film makeup tutorials on your iPhone? Filming beauty is definitely much different than filming other types of things because you want to capture color, you want to capture detail, but you also want it to obviously be flattering when you're putting on makeup and doing the different steps. So today's video, the entire thing is filmed on the iPhone 11 Pro. I don't know why I cannot remember that. The iPhone 11 Pro, I still have all my studio lights here. Just so you guys know, this is not pure natural lighting. But I'm also shooting this video in 4K, which is my first 4K video on my channel. Hopefully this looks good and I don't actually hate the way the footage looks. I can't actually see it. So hopefully today's video looks good. And yeah, this will be my first time filming on iPhone 11. Literally, we opened it up, started it up, set it up about an hour before I started filming, so I haven't really had any time to play around with it. Also gonna be showing at the very end of the video what all the different lenses look like with this makeup look, so you can kind of see in this setting, in this backdrop, what the difference is between all the cameras. Also, today's video is sponsored by Makeup Forever. I'm gonna be using their Ultra HD foundation in this video. This is one of my all-time favorite foundations. Not only that, but one of my all-time favorite brands. So I'm really happy to be partnering with Makeup Forever and doing this video using the Makeup Forever foundation because we're filming in 4K. This is an Ultra HD foundation. That's what this foundation was designed for, to be an Ultra HD, and I feel like that's kind of what's happening today. So a lot of things are being put to test today. Does this foundation actually look HD when filmed in HD? The system we have set up right now is we actually have a camera on the back of the iPhone with my monitor in the camera because I still have to see what I'm doing. I didn't want to use the selfie cam to film this video. I really wanted to use the front camera because that's the whole exciting part of this new phone is the front camera. And right now, there's a lot going on here. So the reason why I decided to get the new iPhone, I didn't get the last launch, right?
No.
They're all starting to run into each other, you know, if you ask me.
They used to be more monumental.
They used to be insane. The reason I didn't get the last one was because I hated the iPhone 10. I always call it iPhone X because that was their first time using Roman numerals. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't ready, I wasn't expecting it, so I still call it the X. But anyway, the iPhone 10, the camera, just kill me. For stuff that I do, you know, taking selfies and makeup pictures and things like that, I didn't realize at first that it was the camera that made me feel this way. It took me a second to find out. It's weird. It's funny how like the camera has different appeals to different people, you know? Really good for like landscape photos or, you know, dog pictures, the last iPhone, but for taking makeup pictures, it was not desired. It added a lot of detail to photos that but not good detail. It wasn't like, you know, eyeshadow detail. It would be a lot of contrast on your skin. And you know, that's not really something that I was personally looking for. It just made me look like a completely different person, and I stand by that, you know?
It's all iPhone.
It's all iPhone's fault. But I'm hoping this one's better. This is literally my first time using it, so we will see. I'm gonna be using the McGrath heaviest palette in the world. This is the Mothership Palette. Use without caution. Shade throwing and eye ecstasy may result with prolonged use.
What's the retail value on that thing? More or less than the new iPhone?
Retail value is probably more than the new iPhone. I really like Angel's palette. I used all the neutral tones last night. Loved it. I'm gonna do one of these just because it's a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll get a slow-fi today.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
How do you feel about the term?
It kind of reminds me like when like your parents are trying to be cool.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
I don't think that's what they were going for.
I don't think that's what they were going for, but that's what it feels like. Like your parents are, oh, you're taking a slow-fi.
You got one of them slow-fi devices?
Okay, now I'm gonna start dipping into the McGrath palette. I'm gonna start with this kind of maroonish shade here. This thing's too heavy for me to hold. Like, I don't even think you can use the mirror in here because it's that heavy. I don't lift enough for that, you know? So funny story, John and I were just talking about how like the iPhone launches used to be such a thing. My brother and I literally camped out. We were those people. And you didn't have to be, I don't think. Couldn't you pre-order at that time?
Yeah, so I don't get why people still do that.
Camp out?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. You can pre-order it and it'll get there the same day. It doesn't come as early. Those people get it like at 11, 10. You know, but like we got it like at 3.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that I did that once in my life, you know?
For a phone.
For a phone.
So you had like sleeping bags and stuff, or what was the vibe?
We had blankets and I think those camping chairs.
What do you do for the restroom when you gotta camp out?
That's why you need a buddy. You gotta go in shifts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm already feeling like this makeup looks way more dramatic and detailed on the phone than it looks in person. Like, I swear it doesn't look this contrasty, but that's what happens when you film on an iPhone. Although I do really love filming on the selfie cam, especially if you put the camera a little bit further away and then zoom it in. Because if you're just too close to the camera, it's like, whoa, not a vibe. I'm gonna use the green and then the brighter green on the lid. I feel like this will be a really good, you know, fall moment. This color does have a little bit more of a silver reflect than I wish. I'm not crazy about that. And now I'm gonna layer on the brighter one, the yellow greenish gold, which I think will help brighten it up a bit. All right. Add a little smoke here. I think this camera will be cool though, like once I test it out outside, especially for vlogging, I feel like it'll be pretty awesome. Like everybody is fairly comfortable in front of an iPhone, you know, whether it's, I think just because we're so used to Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that. But once you put a bigger camera in front of somebody, people get a little bit more uncomfortable.
I'd say that, and then also if you're filming in public places, it's kind of like,
my God.
They're like, oh my God, what are you filming, a movie?
Yeah. And like, people stop and stare.
Yeah, but if you have an iPhone, people are just like,
nobody looks twice if you're filming on an iPhone. It's like whatever. But yesterday we were trying to take makeup pictures. We were at this liquor store close by, and once they see a bigger camera, especially if it has a flash on it for some reason, that's just like the... Yeah, you gotta get out of here.
You need a permit, sir.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pop on some lashes. These are lashes that I actually customized and stacked because I wanted really, you know, dramatic ones. Very full, very cat eye. I'm gonna move on to complexion. Today I've got my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, one of my all-time favorite foundations, such an oldie but goodie for me. I'm gonna have this makeup on for quite a while today, so this is a great foundation to wear. It's very long lasting, looks like a second skin. Beautiful finish, lightweight. You can build up coverage if you want to build up coverage, so that's why I love wearing it. But overall, just a great product. So I'm going to be applying it directly on a sponge today and just kind of pouncing it in. But you see how it just looks? We got some second skin action happening here. Major second skin moment. And this is the shade Y335. So I like to start with a light layer all over. And then, because this foundation is buildable, you can add in more coverage in areas that you want more coverage. Real test of foundation is also to see how it looks on an iPhone. I feel like sometimes the iPhone just tells you the truth. Maybe you're not even ready for the truth, you know, but it'll give it to you. Lately, I had been applying this foundation with a brush and then pouncing it in with a sponge, but this looks so good applied just directly with a sponge. Build up where you want a little bit more coverage. Typically that's right here for me. And voila. Obviously I need to still do my concealer, but I love this foundation. All right, I don't know how I'm looking on camera right now.
Looks great. Does
this look yellow at all? Because that's when I know the last iPhone, it was just like, it made me look very, very yellow. We'll see, I guess, you know. I have no idea what's going on right now, so hopefully it looks great. If not, I'm sure you guys will let me know. I mean, I already know, like I'm prepared for it to have a drastically different look than when I film on the Canon. How would you say like the look is on the Canon?
Okay, so Canon's known for having amazing color. Skin tones look natural, as good or better than they do in real life. Some cameras like make things look more cinematic. It's not I wouldn't say the Canon's cinematic.
No, definitely not at all. It's like flat.
Hyper real flat.
I'm using my Pat McGrath powder. This stuff is, woo! So great. I need to get the lighter shade. I had this on all day yesterday and My mascara didn't transfer at all to my lower lash line, which literally always happens to me, but I love this powder. I wish I could talk to you guys about how I feel like this is looking, but you know, this is kind of a surprise for all of us.
Okay, besides the camera, was there anything else that you were interested in with this new phone or no?
More battery.
How long does the battery last you?
My phone is at 10% by like noon.
Really?
Yeah. Especially if I film my workouts and then post them all. Because like doing the music and everything, I'll kill solid percentage of my battery by like 10. I'm a power user. I don't really like think about battery because I just always assume I'm gonna be dead. And I just always have to bring a charger with me everywhere. That's just kind of like my life. So I don't really like, I guess I'm like, okay, cool, more battery. Is that really gonna affect me as a power user? Love taking pictures on iPhone, so I'm really excited to see. I heard nighttime mode is phenomenal. Kind of excited about that. Although for makeup photos, that's why we love to have that little light, little handheld light. If you guys haven't seen it or you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna link John's video where he talked about a lot of tools that he uses to help take my photos, whether it's makeup photos or whatever. Because obviously if you're taking, I don't know, just like a cool picture for the gram, it's different than if you're trying to get like a lot of makeup detail. You need a lot more light for makeup detail. So that's why we carry that light pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited to see the different modes. And sometimes when you're really cool scenic place, you want it to be a lot wider, like to get a lot more detail, more landscape or wherever you're at. And the iPhone, I feel like, doesn't get far enough away. Like
Really?
it's too punched in sometimes. So I'm excited to see this wide angle.
You want to go to the wide right now?
I don't think I personally would like to be on wide angle at the moment. You guys, sometimes John will get really close to my face. Like, no shade, John, but he'll get so close to my face when we're taking makeup pictures. And I'm like, do you hate me? Like, is this what you think I look like right now? One thing I wanted to say that I like about vlogging on iPhone versus other cameras, depending on the situation, you know, but the sound, it actually picks up whoever's filming and whoever you're like whatever you happen to be filming. Whereas vlog cameras, sometimes somebody can be right there and you like don't hear anything that they're saying.
Yeah, that's very
One person's really loud and the other person is like, it's quiet for them. So supposedly, John tells me that this iPhone has the best camera out of any smartphone.
That's what Apple's claiming. They said it, not me. Okay?
I have heard that iPhone is behind like Android though, right?
Now, feature-wise, they are.
Yeah.
A lot of the shit that Android's had for many moons.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I got a cue for you. You went with space black. Green is where it's at. Green's the hot color, girl. Why did you not go green?
Is green the hot color?
Green is sold out. The streets want green.
Wasn't it available at AT&T?
Okay, yeah, it was available.
It was definitely available when I went to buy mine. That green does nothing, absolutely nothing for me.
Why?
It's like unsaturated green. I don't like the tones. I don't like any of the tones. I don't like any of the phone cases. Yeah, I didn't like any of the colors. None of the colors did anything for me.
What would be a good color for you? If you could name an iPhone color, pick one, what would it be?
Maybe if they had a really pretty nude.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Like if they had one the color of my lip liner. Which I'm doing KKW Beauty Nude 1.5 and Cork today. And I'm gonna go with the mixture that I've been doing, which is Knock on Wood from Dose of Colors mixed with Let's Cuddle from Dose. All right, so here's Knock on Wood. I mean, just Knock on Wood by itself looks really good, but I like to add a little Let's Cuddle. All right, so we've got the finished makeup look here. I can kind of see what it looks like. I feel like it looks good. John, what do you think? Compared to, you think it looks really good? Okay, so we have 3 different cameras on this phone. This is the main camera, and you can actually toggle through to the other cameras while you're rolling. So that's what we're gonna do right now. This is main. So this is the ultra wide, and I'm not sure what purpose I would use this for. More landscape, like portrait scenery type stuff, I think would be really shot beautifully on this lens, not so much this, because I don't have enough time to be cleaning up all this mess every time I film. And the last lens is this, which is Telephoto, which to me looks like a good makeup or like tutorial type filming. Also very good for news anchors. I think this is a very stellar lens for that purpose. All right, and this is the selfie mode. Now, we did have to flip it around, so the camera is now on the other side, so it looks a little bit different perspective-wise. Very pleased with the color so far. So that wraps up this video, guys, filming on the new iPhone 11 Pro. I got the biggest, nastiest one they had. I just decided to go all the way in. So this one has the 3 cameras, longer battery, all that exciting stuff. But let me know what you guys think. How did it look? How did you feel? Did it feel like I was filming on an iPhone? Did it feel way different than when I film on the Canon? I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. By the way, I do still have all my studio lighting in here, so all of that is still happening. It's just filming on an iPhone. So I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think? How did it look? Did it look very similar to other tutorials? Let me know. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.